This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by Willow Marie.
Well, CoastLife, we know that a lot of you like to stay on top of your trends, whether it's fashion trends, color trends, however you're decorating your home. There are a lot of things that you're going to want to incorporate into your daily life that's trendy. And here to help us talk about what is going to be trending this year, because it's a lot, and it might be some things that you've already seen before. We've got Ashlee Payton with Willow Marie, one of my absolute favorite places to be, because you guys on any given day are really good at coming up with sort of unique pieces and unique pairings. But you're telling me that that's also in this year.
Yeah, one thing is like whenever I'm talking about trends, I always like to remind people, because here at Willow Marie, we obviously do carry the things that are on trend, but here we always want to be like creatively you, and we like to live outside the box here. So the biggest thing we always like to say is like, we want you to wear things that make you happy. So even if it is or isn't a trend, or you want to put your own spin on the trend, that's something we really like to focus on here.
Absolutely, and something that you guys really succeed at doing too. So let's dive into some of the things that are trending this year. Why don't we start with color, because that's always a popular piece. I know we were seeing like a lot of greens in fall, winter. Is that sticking around?
Yeah, we saw a lot of greens. I'll say that pastel colors are definitely going to be in, so you might see some just like very lighter shades of green, your sages, things along those lines. Some colors that are definitely going to be moving forward that were really popular were like chocolatey browns, which I know we think of those as like fall colors, but they are going to be moving forward, as well as like reds and burgundies.
This is going to be my year.
Yeah, which has been really fun to pair with like your leopard prints and things like that. But one huge color that they're saying is going to be hot, hot, hot is like powdery pinks, kind of like petally pink.
Yes.
And this is going to give a very like femme look and a very whimsical kind of look.
So those are some colors that you can start to incorporate into your wardrobe. If people are looking to see, I think with trends, a lot of times what goes around comes around. So what's the old that's new this year?
So one thing that they're saying is making a comeback, but I don't know that I'm 100% on board with this, more so because I have the longest legs, but they're saying that capris are making a comeback.
Oh,
I already struggle that my jeans mostly sometimes hit like capris, but capris, they say, are making a comeback. You guys saw last year, even with shorts, the longer like Bermuda shorts were very in. Those are also going to be making their way back into spring, summer 2025, like the more mom short, which honestly I'm here for. I love me a good high waist. I love everything to be like tucked in, and we love good coverage. So that's definitely making its way back around. Some things like even with accessorizing, you're gonna see coming back around. So like even if you hit your local thrift shop, or you dig in your mom or grandmother's closet, brioches, like that really fun old like antique chunky jewelry, like where they say less is more. Well, that's not going to be the case for 2025. It's going to be a ton of chunky statement jewelry, lots of layering, some really fun things.
Yeah, and speaking of layering, something that I've seen a little bit on social media is some unusual pieces of clothing layered together, like materials that don't quite match in your head, and yet somehow when it's all put together, it looks great.
Yeah, so one big thing, like if we're going like individual looks, because that's the best thing here at Willow too, like we don't go, okay, we only have, chic looks for workwear, or we don't only have, things for date nights or whatever else. We literally do everything across the board. So one big look that people typically like, especially down here at the beach, is like boho, kind of like coastal-y looks. But boho is kind of taking a little bit of a turn. So we're going to go, you think boho, you think those neutrally kind of colors. You think lace and crochet and things like that, which obviously still are going to stay, but they're kind of kicking it up a notch. They're just going to be doing a lot of layering and patterns, things that you don't think would go together. Even something like I have on today, where you would generally be a little bit more afraid to pair patterns together because you think they would clash. They actually end up coming together very beautifully, and kind of like authentically you. It's a nice twist. You don't feel very cookie cutter in something like this. So they're really kind of giving the new boho, I would say nothing is off limits. Like, you think it might be a little strange, paired together, you might be like super surprised and shocked.
Yeah, and I love it. I mean, I think
Yeah.
it is. You're right. Two pieces that you wouldn't necessarily put together in your brain, but then when you walk in and you see it on Ashlee, you're like, man, I want that.
You know, a big thing too is like realizing that you can mix even those chicer items with just a pair of your denim shorts and a graphic tee. There's so many things that you can mix and match in your closet.
Yes, and so many things that you will find to mix and match here at Willow Marie. So whatever your 2025 style goals, you will find them here. Well, Ashlee, as always, it's so much fun chatting with you and seeing what you guys have in the store and to see what I may or may not be walking away with.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys.
Of course, but we've got some more trends to keep you up to date with, more things happening in our area with more CoastLife. That's headed your way.